Yeah, it's your boy King G on Hype News Media. And over the last week, Kanye West has been stirring up a lot of controversy on social media. And because of his wild statements and accusations, it seems like cancel culture is on his ass. He filmed an episode of The Shop with LeBron James, but because of Kanye's comments in the episode, that episode will not air. This weekend, he also filmed a podcast with Noriega, the Drink Champs. And because of the comments made on that show, Noriega is coming under heavy fire in the media and in the public eye. Well, Noriega's decided to get ahead of that and he started his world apology tour for Kanye's comments on his show. So let's listen up to what Noriega has to say.
You're not hearing the sincerity in my voice. But even if you go look at it, you can see that Nore is very serious. It's just that Nore is also drunk at the same time. Yeah. And it's called Drink Champs. It's not called Politic Champs.
What are you going to do to move forward? To move forward, Nore, are there other interviews that you plan to do to kind of combat this? What do you plan to do? Because I see you reaching out on Twitter to people that you feel like need to come up. Sean King, Dr.
King. I want Sean King to come up. I want Dr. Umar. I want Talib Kweli. I want David Banner. I want Killer Mike. They all know where my heart is. They all know that I'm on Black Twitter. They all know I'm on them Black, Until Freedom group chats. They all know that. You know what I'm saying? The fact is, I did fail. I
don't want to see Drink Champs go down that path. I like Drink Champs being the happy podcast that it is, and what you tried to do was give hip hop culture a voice. But the reality is, he don't need that right now. That's not what we should be giving a voice to right now. That we shouldn't have had Kanye on the platform to begin with. Not at a time like this with the rhetoric that he's spewing. Nah.
Well, yeah, I agree. I agree. I really did try. And I try to give him a voice. I try to give him a platform. I try to do that. But, I realize my political stance may not be correct. You know what I'm saying?
I agree, my brother.
It wasn't the right.
He knows exactly what he's doing, y'all. I don't know why we keep trying to shoot him all his bail. Kanye knows exactly what he's doing. And by the way, two things can be true. You can be dealing with mental health issues and you can be a bigot. You can be dealing with mental health issues and be a black white supremacist. You could be dealing with mental health issues and still be lying on how George Floyd got killed.
Yeah, and also they were saying that Candace Owens has a huge influence and part of everything he's saying. Do you agree with that as well?
I don't agree with anybody. Or with this ideology. I can't say this Candace Owens. I can't say it's Trump. I gotta say this is the woke factor. This is the it factor. It's like he gets a kick out of doing something that you say is wrong. I should have checked him right then and there. So he said it.
I hear you, and because I love you, I went and kept watching. I was like, everyone's saying they didn't check them at all. Let me keep going. And I got to the parts where you guys did try to push back. I mean, listen, you guys went the homie approach of like, hey, but what about, which is what you should do because he's your homie. Right. Like it makes sense that was your route. Do you feel though? My only criticism would be this, Nore. There was one part where you trying to really push back at the end, and I was like, "Oh man, Nore's too drunk. He's too drunk.
I was too drunk. I was too like. By the way, we're called drink champs, guys. We're not political champs. You know what I'm saying? We're called drink champs. We're here to get these people inebriated. We're here to have because that's when you get these stories that you guys love so much. Is when I get them drunk. So unfortunately, sometimes I get drunk with them. I'm here to say I apologize to anybody who felt like I let them down because I did feel like I did let them down to a certain extent because, like I said, I did check him later, but by the time I checked him, it was already kind of like too late. I do feel like I didn't do the right job, but this is a learning experience. I did not go to school for journalism, but that's not an excuse. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm a special ed student. It's not an excuse. I should have checked him as soon as he said it.
I appreciate that sentiment. Laura, what do you got?
I will say that because I was so frustrated watching clips of you trying to get a point across, but there was never really a point made because you were trying to gather your thoughts and you were clearly very drunk. But
Yes.
I'll give you some pushback. I feel like sometimes when you sit down and you're gonna talk to somebody, especially when you know that shows like The Shop couldn't even air their episode because of the hate speech and the consequences that things can come out of. I just felt like, God, I really felt like,
Well, I felt like I had
fact-checking.
control. You know, I felt like I had control. And then at the time, it's absolutely. We didn't know. Well, I did know. I did know to a certain extent, but what it was I didn't think he was going to spread this ideology. I didn't think he was going to go there. I thought that he was going to have a couple of drinks. He smoked blunts with us. I thought it was going to be lighthearted. And
but y'all
it was
knew
only in the beginning. It was only in the beginning.
I know.
It's Ye.
I know.
It's Ye. It was only in the beginning, and he threatened my producer that if he couldn't film, he would walk out. So we was trying to, that's how our interviews go. Rosenberg been on this platform. We try to lighten you up, and then we get you drunk, and then we get you to turn to our side. And
I know
we
what it
tried
is.
to do that. We tried to do that. We did, but it's Ye, and I learned my lesson.
All right, now that's all I have for you. Hit the like button, subscribe if you haven't subscribed, and stay tuned right here to Hype News Media.